Hello, everyone, dear colleagues and dear audience. I'm Ibo I'm from Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, Professor Zhaojun Liu's group. And it's a great honor to give a talk about three-group nitride-based micro-LED display and the applications. Uh, the outline will be four parts. The first is the introduction and key technologies of micro-LEDs and the recent progress from our research group. And finally is the summary. As we all know, LED is a common component in our daily life, uh, such as a LED bulb in our home and traffic lights on the street, also the bike light behind our TV and monitors. So here's the warm-up question: how small size micro LEDs you have ever seen? Actually, maybe many people would say like millimeter, centimeter. Well, the name of micro LED means the size need to be shrink down to micro level. Once down to micro level, the self-emitting LED has become one of the most promising display technologies. So what is micro LED specifically? The general definition of micro LED is a size smaller than 100 micro, and the main material is gallium nitride for blue and green, aluminum gallium phosphide for red. This figure demonstrates the size change from the traditional LED to mini LED and even to micro LED. As a general rule, the size limit for mini LED is about 150 to 200 micro, and for micro LED is about 50 to 100 micro. LED when the size shrink to 100 micro, some important elements should be considered, such as the chip manufacturing and design infrastructure, assembling technologies, and so on. So, why the micro LED becomes a potential display technology? The right figure depicts the value propositions for different display technologies. From that figure, we can see micro LED has many advantages such as self-luminescence, high brightness, low power consumption, high contrast ratio, long lifetime, simple packaging, and possibility of the sensor integration. And the figure left compares the forward voltage between micro LED and OLED. The difference of VF reflect the power consumption difference between them. And in fact, Apple has been interested in using micro LEDs for Apple Watch since 2014. And 4 years later, the Samsung introduced the famous micro LED product, the Wall, in CES 2018. And Konka also paid more attention to micro LED last year, maybe the year before last year. Especially this year, new iPad Pro use mini LED backlighting for reaching a high contrast ratio. So I would say micro LED micro display is speeding up on the way for industrialization and commercialization. And the spontaneous properties of gallium nitride material enable micro LED's great potential for the next generation display. Meanwhile, many investment over like 10 billion from many famous company are showing here in China recent years. Definitely, the Greater China region has made a huge step on the micro LED development, especially in 2 years ago, 2020, a micro LED roadmap from mainland China and Taiwan. We worked together to wrote the roadmap for a better development of micro LED. Uh, here's an interesting comparison between nowadays and 30 years ago. I heard from my father and grandfather that 30 years ago, one village only had one TV, and people usually assemble together to watch news TV series and also sports games, maybe also World Cup, I guess. But right now, in our own office, one person even have more